Let's go. We are here. We are ready to go. It is Wednesday. Listen, I am well aware I was supposed to be here yesterday. Unfortunately, we had some weather issues, so that impacts our internet. Okay. Now we're saying on TikTok, please check your network settings. See what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. The weather is better now, so I don't know what's going on. But hopefully everybody can hear me just fine. Thank you all so very much for being patient with me, and coming back on a Wednesday instead of our usual Tuesday. So with that being said, did y'all see and hear the news today? You know, POTUS had some of the crypto leaders in the White House as well as the SEC and the CFTC, and they pretty much pushing for the Clarity Act to go through. Like they're like, hey, listen, enough is enough. Let's get this done. So when y'all come back September 15th, y'all voting. Y'all voting on this Clarity Act. Let's make it fair. Let's make it reasonable. Here's some suggestions. You know what I'm saying? Here's some things, some rules and whatnot that you could potentially put in there. Hey, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. What's going on, battle? So yeah, so pretty much they're like, hey, skitty, squirty, let's go. But Bitcoin broke 69K, and I wanted to talk about that because this month we are doing the whole series. Hey, Miss Gigi, unless we see another Gigi coming here, you the OG Gigi, so they're gonna have to be called something else. Uh, hey Hannah, what my battles are in here. CC, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So yeah, the reason I'm glad that I ended up having to go live today instead of yesterday because of the news that came out today, and this goes into what we're talking about. Okay, some of the things that we need to pay attention to, do certain things before this bull market goes into effect. This entire month, for the people who are new here, okay, if you're new to me on TikTok or YouTube, this entire month has been focused on us preparing for the bull market. We've done the bear market preparation in November of 2025, right? Thank you so very much for that, Harmony, Miss Gigi. I appreciate you. So we did that in November 2025, and now because we've been in the bear market for quite some time, we are said on YouTube. The screen is so big and cool. I got the YouTube notification just now. Awesome, that's good. I'm glad, Hannah. And it's gonna look better too when I put my screen up, put my chart up and stuff. You'll be able to see it much better too than on TikTok. But yeah, so hearing this news, it goes into alignment what we've been talking about. Pretty much is we need to make sure we take certain steps so that we are prepared for when the market does continue its upward momentum. Now, something we are going to touch on, or I might touch on tonight if I have enough time, is some things that we should look for after this move has happened. So y'all are going to see my chart. You're going to see how big the candle is and whatnot for this week, right? Just because we've had that big of a move, okay, does not mean that we are now like, oh, okay, everything is gonna be upward movement. No. So there's some things that I would like for us to, if we have time, to cover those things. All right, but I want to make sure that I stick to the program because I did say this month is solely dedicated to preparing for a bull market. All right. So since we had this happen, let's just say, okay, let's just say tomorrow you wake up and Bitcoin has shot up from 69K today, right? And it has gone up to, let's say, 80, 82K or something like that, right? Your portfolio was green again, all right? Because maybe it went down a bit and it may not be green. It may be a little, light red, right? It's not like red. So let's say Bitcoin shoots up tomorrow. You see it's at 80, 82K. Your portfolio is looking nice, right? Crypto is all over the news like it was today. All right. And then that cousin, what's up, cuz? They hit you up and they all of a sudden, now mind you, P, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Mind you, this is the cousin that was telling you, oh, you about to lose all your money on that Bitcoin stuff. I don't know why you about to do that. That's a scam. You shouldn't be putting your money into that, right? 6 months ago, they had all this noise to talk about Bitcoin. Now all of a sudden you get a text message from them talking about some, hey cuz, I see that crypto stuff is going up. Which one should I buy? What are you gonna tell them? Type it in the chat. What you gonna tell them? I'm curious. This is like real deal curiosity here. What are you gonna tell them? Now they were talking all this noise, saying you're gonna lose all your money in this crypto stuff, right? Rich, I see you. Welcome in. They talked all this noise, and now all of a sudden, they all, hey cuz, I see that Bitcoin stuff, that crypto stuff is moving. Which one should I be buying? He said, hey cuz, my behind. Hey, that sound like something I say. Man, if you don't get out my face. I'm a person. I'm gonna say I told you so. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Hannah, welcome back in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am that person. I'm gonna say I told you so. Because I told you so. Don't come to me and not expect to hear I told you so. That's me. He said I'm gonna tell them to put they $10 in Dookie Coin. What? What? I don't know what P talking about. Bless Jesse, welcome in. The real boss lady, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. But no, seriously, y'all, I'm really curious because, man, some of y'all may not be surprised, especially based on the conversations that we've had over the past 2 weeks, right? But some of y'all may not be surprised how many folks will come to you after you have been that voice. That said, hey, pay attention to these things. Look at this. Research this. I'm not telling you to go buy something. I'm just saying, go research it. Just like I'm not going to tell you, go buy this stock. I'm going to say, hey, man, you heard about X, Y, and Z. Or I just got told about X, Y, and Z. I'm starting to research it, right? There was one, I think it's, I was on Market Mondays. I put it in my phone, but it's like LYTE or something. I don't know. I forgot. But anyway, they were like, hey, just pay attention to this. Thank you so very much, Battle. I appreciate you. Right? And I was like, I'll look at it and research it. And so I kind of glanced, but I was so focused on the conversation, I was like, I'll come back to it. I put it in my phone to remind me to come back to it. They're not telling me I better go buy this. They're just saying, hey, here's a new ETF. This is what they're doing. These are the type of companies that are part of this ETF. Go research it. That's the same thing a lot of us, I would hope, are doing, is saying, hey, I've been investing in this space for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, right? Because some of y'all on here last week were saying you've been in the crypto space as an investor for between 5 to 9 years, right? So if you've been in this space for at least 5 years or greater, I would imagine that a person would say, okay, this person has been doing this for quite some time. They tell me about the ups and the downs that they've experienced, right? They're not telling me I need to buy it. They're just saying research it. I would imagine that's what you're doing. Not saying you better go out here and buy this Bitcoin because if you don't, you're stupid. Because that's not what we do. Lion welcome in. Okay. Neuropathic, I see you. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in, Battle. All right. So I brought that question up because I really wanted to see where people's head was at. Dawn laughing. I mean, I'm just saying, but thank you so very much for the roses, Neuropathic. I appreciate you. So yeah, so let me get back to the important part, all right? And thank you for that heart, me too. So let me get back to the important part, all right? I appreciate you. Thank you, Pete, for that hand heart. So let's say though, this time we're not looking at one random green counter because we see today, y'all gonna see my chart in a second. King, welcome in. You're gonna see my chart in a minute where we have this big body green candle as it pertains to Bitcoin because of the news that was released. Thank y'all so very much for tapping the screen. I appreciate y'all. Keep doing it. Yes, that's what we were talking about. And yep, I saw that too. And I want to say it was an 11% gain today with Hyperliquid because of that name drop. So I saw that on CoinDesk as well. So yeah, so that one random green candle that we see, okay, that's just one part. All right, the evidence we've been talking about so far is actually getting stronger. So, what do you do? Do you buy more of Bitcoin that you're seeing right now? Do you sell? Right? Do you take profit if you are in profit? Do you um buy what everybody's talking about on TikTok? I know that he name dropped Hyperliquid today, right? And we saw that 11% surge. Okay, so are you going to start buying Hyperliquid now because the POTUS, mentioned Hyperliquid? Like, what are you doing? Or are you going to just do absolutely nothing but sit back and observe? Savannah, welcome in. Reed, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, y'all. What are you going to do? Are you going to just sit back and observe? Right? Because you already have a plan. Okay? He said, I screwed up and missed out on Hyper ETF when it was $6. A battle. I mean, I didn't do it. I'm not gonna tell anyone you're right or wrong if you invest in multiple things in a crypto space. And when I say multiple, I mean like you have like 20, 30, 40 cryptocurrencies. Mr. Nobody, welcome in. All right, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. I'm just gonna say for Leona, that's way too much for me. That's too much to manage. Because for me, I personally have a goal, right? There's a certain number of companies or ETFs in the stock market I want to hold, index funds that I want to hold, and then there's a certain number of cryptocurrencies I want to hold because it's easier for me to manage because I know I want to have this many coins. I want to have this many shares. Does that make sense to everybody? So I got it that there are going to be some cryptocurrencies where you're like, oh man, that one's going up or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't catch them all. So I would say stick to your plan. That's just Leona 2 cents, okay? That's just, Narrow Panther said there's always another buzz coming in crypto. Absolutely. There is. There's always something. And as an investor, period, there's always something. All right, so whatever your plan is, just follow your plan. And then if you want to rebalance, readjust your portfolio according to your plan, then you do it when the time is right. Not because, um, the POTUS is name dropping stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not saying anybody is doing that or considering doing that. So here's the problem though. All right, if you're trying to figure out all of that stuff that I talked about while the market is moving quickly, you're going to be behind, period. And that's why tonight and also for this entire month, we've been talking about preparation for the bull market. So tonight, we are going to work on building that plan before the emotions show up. So we know now, I will hope that we saw it, we read it, that the plan is to actually vote on the Clarity Act September 15th, right? Okay, cool. Regardless of what happens with the vote for the Clarity Act, September 15th, okay? Regardless of what recommendations the SEC has made, regardless of all of this stuff, at the end of the day, your plan is your plan. Activate that plan. Adjust it where you see fit. But don't do it based on emotions. Do it based on the data that you have. Everybody got it? That's what we're talking about tonight. Okay? That's what we're talking about tonight. Big T, I see you. Welcome in. CC, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. All right. So at the end of the day, y'all, what we want to do is prepare for a bull market so we're not putting ourselves in a position to feel like we are predicting anything. We're not doing it. Thank you so very much for the hand heart. I appreciate you. We're not focusing on attempting to predict the market, y'all. That's not what we do here. Okay? Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. We are looking at the evidence. We are evidence stacking. Evidence stacking. Evidence stacking. Evidence stacking. Everybody got it? Hopefully y'all got it. That's what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. Y'all give CC, the crypto chick who is pinned on here, a follow. Y'all, she goes live. She's very consistent, super patient, answers everybody questions. Really good for people who are beginners, intermediate, wherever you are. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find your lane with her. That's one of the very first people actually that when I got back on TikTok the end of last year, That was one of the first crypto influencers, educators that I followed, because I saw the live stream and I was like, okay, she chill, but I like the way she coming. So that was one of the first. So I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't telling you gotta follow. I'm just saying, if you want to go to a place where you can feel comfortable to ask a question and not, you know, feel like you're being demeaned because you may not know something, that is definitely one of those environments I would say go to. Okay, that's just me. Thank you so very much for the hand hearts too. I appreciate you. Yep, see, I'm not the only one. Uh lips hit. I hope that's what it is. Sorry. But same thing says CC is great, must follow. So I'm gonna pin that. Y'all go ahead and give the crypto chick a follow. So yeah. So for us, what we're doing this month, but specifically tonight, is about evidence stacking for us, because it's not about knowing what you'll do if the evidence, tells you conditions are improving. This is what we did in November 2025 with that bear market class, right? Master class. We did that. We made sure that we had the evidence, but we put the plan in place so that way when certain scenarios played out, we knew this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Okay? That's how tonight is gonna go. Alright, so I'm gonna get to the charts. I'm gonna read the articles, show y'all the articles, right? So that way it's not just Leona saying it. You can go to CoinDesk, you can go to these other websites, read the stuff for yourself, okay? We can do that. So we're gonna go into it, but first, hey, where are y'all tuning in from? Let me know. Put it in the chat. What's your city? What's your state? What country are you in if you're not in the United States? Because I'm in the United States. I'm in Louisiana, actually, Southeast Louisiana. So put your city, put your state, put your country, rep your city. Let me know where you're tuning in from, all right? And if you are new here, let me know that you are new by typing the word new. If this is your first time being part of this live stream, let me know by putting the word new in the chat. I see Marion County, California. Come on. California knows how to party. Let's go. North Carolina in the house. Like, hey, I'm about to North Carolina. Y'all know I got a song for everything. NYC, trick off from New York, New York. Let's go. See, I told you I got a song for everything. Almost everything. Okay? All right, I see y'all. So welcome in, y'all. If you are new, like I said, please type new in the chat. Say Jersey. I'm trying to think. I don't have a song for Jersey. Sorry. I don't have a song for Jersey. Jersey gotta go. Hey, Jersey folks gotta come up with a song, something that we all gonna know. Cause I don't have one. You got one? You got one, Battle? I don't know one that says Jersey in it. Like, I don't know one. So yeah. So with that being said, if you have been here before, okay, thank y'all so very much. I know some of my battles in here. Bear Market Bully, Wade is in here. CC, you know what I'm saying? So when I say my battle buddies, that just means these are people who are constantly coming back to these live streams, add value for sure, okay? Meaning they share what they know pertaining to the crypto space. They share their experiences, all of that stuff, okay? All of that stuff. Billy Al say 38K income and it's a bull trap. Oh, my bad. TikTok done what you call it? Blocked your comment. They've been blocking some of the weirdest comments. I'm like, this has nothing to do, like, what, why are you blocking this? But anyway, so yeah. So with that being said, I want to definitely say shout out to all my battle buddies, the people who come back, add value. We do not leave anybody behind on the battlefield, okay? If you did not know, the reason why I say this is because I'm an Army veteran, 20 years in the Army. My battle buddy here, Wade, he was in longer than me. We was actually stationed together in Georgia, so he already know how I move. And that's the reason why I teach the way that I teach, because of some of the things that I learned in the military, specifically in the Army, as a, leader and everything. So when I say battle, I'm sitting here like, hey, come on, like, let's get it. We all going together. We going to the top together. We not leaving anybody behind. We reaching our hands back, okay? Now, here's the thing. We reach our hands back. It's on you to grab it. One more again for my people who didn't catch it. We are reaching our hands back. Me and my battle buddies. We reaching our hands back, but it's on you to grab it. Okay? So no one can say when they come on us live streams, okay, with her battle buddies, you can't say that we're not attempting to help out other people because we all sharing our experiences. We're sharing the good, bad, the indifferent as it pertains to investing, but most specifically on these particular live streams for cryptocurrency. Said where you posted in Iraq. I was in Iraq 2015 to 2019. I did 3 tours in Iraq. That was all of my deployments. Iraq only. No Afghanistan. 2003 was my first one. That tells you I joined in 2000. And I retired in 2021. Yep. So shout out to you much. I see you. That's what's up though. Thank you so very much for your service too. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. So yeah. So yeah, I did 3 tours. Unfortunately. That's crazy. Couldn't even drive, but I was out there driving a Humvee. Like I didn't even have a driver's license. And they had me out there driving a Humvee. Crossing from Kuwait to Iraq. Are you kidding me? I don't even have a driver's license. What are y'all doing? They ain't give a crap. But yeah. So let's go. Thank y'all so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Alina, for the roses. Money Moves, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So if you were here last week, okay, I challenged y'all, okay, to find one crypto rally. And I wanted you to examine 3 things, okay? I wanted you to examine the technical evidence that supported that rally. I wanted you to identify and examine the fundamental evidence and also the sentimental evidence that supported that rally, okay? Did y'all do that homework? Yes or no in the chat? Those of y'all that were here, my battle buddies that were here, did y'all do that homework? Yes or no in the chat? I already know the answer for one of my battles. Firecracker, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Irrationalization, is that what that said? Okay. All right, so y'all ain't do it because y'all quiet. See, all I'm gonna say is I'm reaching my hand back. It's on you to grab it. Doing the homework is part of me reaching my hand back, so that way you can grab it and we can go to the top together. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, since y'all didn't do the homework, okay, I still love y'all. Y'all still my battle, all right. But since y'all didn't do the homework, we gonna keep it moving. Alina said I wasn't here last week. Okay, I got you. Alina, I think you're the one that had put me on to one of the articles, right? The screen look the profile pic. Okay, because I'm like, that profile pic looked familiar, and my brain was computing like, I think that's the one that gave me the article. Appreciate you. Glad you back. See, this is why I'm gonna say Alina is a battle buddy of mine, because Alina has come back. Alina first time in here was to share some information with me that I didn't have. See, that's how we move. Okay? Let's do that. All right. So if you're new here and you want to get information, that's great. But also share what you have. Okay? To help the next person out. Because I don't know everything. I'm a student just like everybody else. Okay? The only difference is I'm putting myself out there so that way more people can get access to the information that they may not have access to, they may not know about. All right. So before we go any further, I do want to kind of get an idea of where people are, because last week I learned that we got some people that are new to crypto here, and then we also had some of my battle buddies. They've been in the crypto space for some years. Okay. So let me see who all is here tonight. So if you have been if you have not put any money into the crypto space yet, what's going on, Crypto Angel? Thank you so very much for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. If you haven't put any money into the crypto space and you're just learning about it right now, I want you to put the number 1 in the chat for me. Put the number 1 in the chat for me, okay? 1 in the chat. If you haven't put any money into the crypto space yet, you're just still learning at this time, okay? You're taking your time. Put the number 1 in the chat. All right, put the number 2 in the chat if you have been in the crypto space for less than 1 year. All right, less than 1 year. You put some money in, but you've been in the space for less than 1 year. All right, put the number 2 in the chat if that applies to you. All right, thank you so very much, CC. Thank you for reposting, sharing the live. Y'all do the same thing. Okay, tap the screen, keep tapping the screen, share, repost if you don't feel comfortable with sharing. All right, share, repost, and then TikTok thumbs up. All right, as well as share. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, and then also that notification bell so that way you know when I'm going live. All right, so Miss Gigi, less than a year. Put the number 3 in the chat if you have been in the crypto space from like 1 to 3 years. Put the number 3 in the chat if you've been in the crypto space from somewhere between 1 to 3 years. 3 in the chat, 1 to 3 years. Okay. Put the number 4 in the chat if you've been in the crypto space between 4 and 6 years. 4 in the chat if you've been in the crypto space as a serious investor for the past 4 to 6 years. 4 in the chat. Okay? I'm with y'all. 4. Okay? Serious investor. 4 to 6 years. Got you. Put the number 4 in the chat. Put the number 5 in the chat if you have been in the crypto space as a serious investor for 7 or more years. 5 in the chat if you have been a crypto investor, serious crypto investor for the past 7 or more years. Okay? All right. I see you. I see you. Come on, bear market bully. Let's go. So we got a mixture of 3s and 4s and 2s. Okay. So we don't have many 1s. So I got y'all. All right. So we got a good mix. So with that being said, all right, I appreciate everybody for putting your number in there. Shout out to all the veterans that are in here. Y'all have been in the space for quite some time. I appreciate y'all. Listen, as we move forward in this, if you do decide to come back and you're new to me, okay, and you do decide to come back, what I ask is when you do share something with people, okay, especially as a veteran in the space, when you do share something with people in the chat, y'all please keep it simple to where a person who has never ever been in the crypto market, they can understand. We are not people who use large terminology, stuff where people got to pull out a dictionary and thesaurus and stuff like that without breaking something down and giving them examples, analogies, things like that. Okay? Won't do that. We make sure that to the best of our ability, you understand what we're talking about. So you get examples and stuff like that. All right? So I appreciate the veterans, but please communicate to a man in a way that a person who has never ever been involved in the crypto market can understand. Okay? Cool? V Nizzle said prosperity lawyer, right? Not lawyer. Okay? So I got it. You know, I really love that we have a mix here. That's one thing I'm really enjoying about building this community here on TikTok and, of course, on YouTube. Some of you are learning these concepts for the first time. I appreciate y'all. And then there's going to be some of you that is going to share, you know, how you've lived through and maneuvered through multiple crypto cycles, multiple bull markets, bear markets. Kale, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so throughout tonight, all right, I may ask some of my experienced crypto investors, you know, to share some of the things that they've observed, okay? But for real, like, seriously, what we want to do is, I see you. Thank you for that follow too, Kale. One thing I want us to remember though, as a battle buddy, y'all, okay? We're expected to share what we know and not leave our battle buddies behind. Thank you so very much for that heart. Me too. I appreciate you. Okay? We're not leaving any of our battle buddies behind. However, we must take responsibility, personal responsibility for our financial decisions. So that's why we must verify any of the information that's shared on this live stream, be it by myself or someone else. Got it? You're very welcome, Kale. All right. I got it, y'all. Experience is valuable. It absolutely is, but none of that is gonna replace getting that actual information. Okay? And evidence stacking. That's what we're gonna do. Thank you. hubby, let's go. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that we've gone over, and then we're gonna move forward into tonight and then get to the charts and all that good stuff, okay? So the first crypto 101 that we did for the month of August, we talked about how we can prepare before the markets change. Okay. The second one was we talked about how we can go about stacking evidence. All right. So we went over technical, we went over our fundamental, and we went over sentiment. All right. Those are the three things that we look for to help us to identify the market shifting. All right. So we talked about that. We also talked about confirmation before this excitement, because you may have seen a bunch of videos of people talking about the whole meeting in the White House today and how Bitcoin has jumped past 69K and it broke out of that range that we've been looking at for months now, since June pretty much. Okay, I understand. But what we don't want to do in that episode, what we talked about, is not confusing a temporary rally or a movement, right, with a confirmed change in market conditions. We are still technically in a bear market. Technically. However, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to build our plan so that way we can prepare for when there's momentum to the upside. All right? So notice what we haven't done this month. We haven't sat here and predicted Bitcoin price. That's not what I do. Okay? We haven't picked the next hot crypto like how, we just talked about Hyperliquid or whatever, because the POTUS name dropped. Okay? I got it. POTUS name dropped. It surged 11% today. All right. I mean, it is what it is. That's not something that's on my radar. That's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to hear it and back. That's the owner. Someone else may feel a certain different type of way. Okay, well, hey, your portfolio is your portfolio, right? We haven't tried to call the exact bottom. Okay? Instead, what we do is we're building a process. We're looking for scenarios. If this scenario happens, this is what I do. If this scenario happens, this is what I do. Right? That's it. The process is going to give us something that us moving in emotions don't. And that key word is rules. Notice the SEC said they offered rules, right, to accompany this Clarity Act. So when they vote on September 15th, hey, keep in mind, these are some rules that we suggest are incorporated in this Clarity Act. We need rules too, okay, as retail investors. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into our bull market and how we're going to prepare. But I do have a question for y'all, all right, because I know we tend to make mistakes with human beings, okay? So what do you think is one of the biggest mistakes investors make when prices start going up? I want y'all to type it in the chat for me. What do you think is some of the biggest mistakes investors make when prices start going up, like what we saw today? Type it in the chat for me real quick. What do you think are some of the biggest mistakes investors make when they start to see prices going up? Matt said they buy at the top. Yep. The Crypto Angel said FOMO. Yep. Full port at the top. Buying in. Right. Ketalik, welcome in. E. Armstrong, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Right. Those are things. So we'll see greed. Right. We'll see people possibly buying too late. You know what I'm saying? Start buying random coins. Start buying Hyperliquid just because it was mentioned by the POTUS today. And they haven't done any research on it at all. Not now bit. Not now nothing. You know what I'm saying? Kale said, follow the leader and be a loser. Right. We sit here chasing, okay? Those are all good answers. I appreciate y'all, okay? But I think there's something underneath most of them, okay? And what that is the people didn't have a plan, right? They didn't have a plan. That's why they chase. That's why they overspend. Right, Alina said you need to research a coin before buying. That's part of your plan. That should be part of your plan. I'm going to research this thing before I consider buying. That's part one. I need to know what this is. Right? You're not buying into companies in the stock market just because somebody said you should buy, Palantir, right? Did you buy Palantir just because somebody said buy Palantir? Did you buy Nvidia because somebody said buy Nvidia? Did you buy What else? What's another stock that people are talking about more than just your regular, like Apple, Google, Microsoft, or whatever. I'm talking about something else. So like, um, name some other ones, right? Like people aren't just buying stuff, right? Oh Jesus, SpaceX. I ain't even gonna SpaceX. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you do the research on the team, the CEO? Did you do any research whatsoever? This is because people don't have a plan. That's why they experience all of those things, right? And they tend up overspending. They tend to change their price targets, right? They tend to buy cryptos they can't explain. If I was to ask you why are you putting in my chat XRP, right? If I were to ask you why did you invest in XRP, can you tell me what XRP does? Can you tell me what I'm not asking y'all to type it for real, okay? I know I got a ton of XRP army that come up in here. Alright. I'm not asking y'all to type for real. I got it, Beehive, alright? Chill. I'm just saying in general, okay? Let's think about, how we can go about having that plan, right? You said Nvidia competition doing better than them. Okay, Bitcoin broke past 69K, but dang, still down from 100K. Yeah, it's still down because we're still in the bear market, technically. Bear market bully said XRP army is nuts. I didn't say it, y'all. Battle said it. I know y'all be like, boy, y'all, anybody say anything negative about XRP, I swear y'all put me in the mind of the Beehive, because it's just like, oh my gosh, chill. It's not that deep. I appreciate the enthusiasm and the loyalty and all that, the dedication to the cryptocurrency. But god dang, like, golly. Y'all laughing because y'all know I'm telling the truth. They be on some serious, like, I don't know about y'all. Anyway, but yeah, so if I don't have a plan though, right? If I don't have a plan, the market is gonna make one for me, and I may not like it. Okay. So for my experienced investors said I thought someone was talking about my XRP. See what I'm saying? See, my battle come in here. But see, he ain't come like some of the XRP army be doing, because they just be like, but the reason why I'd be like, uh, but yeah, so let me get myself back. All right, so for my experienced investors, right? I want you to think back, because some people weren't here, because you probably have answered this question before, but some people weren't here, right? So I want you to think back to your first bull market that you experienced, okay? What is one thing you wish you had planned before prices started moving? Type it in the chat. Help your battle buddies out. For my experienced crypto investors, I want you to think about your first bull market, the first one you experienced. What year was that? Okay? What is one thing you wish you had planned before prices started moving? Bear Market Bullet said mine. This was mine. This was mine. I wasn't thinking about take profit, exit strategy. I was just so excited to see my portfolio going higher, higher, higher. I was new to it. I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? He said, I wish I had a plan in my first run about when to sell. Yep. I wish I had accumulated a lot. Okay. Yeah. So I wish I had a plan, then I lost it all. Look, she said, I wish I had a plan, period. I ain't even have a plan at all. Phantom Beat, welcome back. Phantom Beat said, what if this is a bull trap? I'm not gonna say it's not. Okay? I'm not gonna say it's not, but I do feel that, I'm just, as a matter of fact, what I will say is, when we look at these charts, y'all will be able to identify if this could potentially be a bull trap or not. Because we already talked about it. We talked about that on, what's today? Wednesday. So we talked about that on Friday. Bull market or bear or bull trap. We talked about that on Friday. And we actually went to the chart. So when we go to the chart tonight, y'all are going to be able to, those of you that were here last week, y'all are going to be able to say, yeah, this is looking pretty much like a bull trap, okay? There's some things that we would need to see to confirm it. However, your eyes, your antennas may go up, okay? So, so like we said, we pretty much, a good number of us were wishing that we had a better profit taking plan, in place, like to know when to exit. Okay, I didn't see anybody talk about taxes or whatnot. I did see, about wishing I would have accumulated more, which makes sense. JM, welcome in. Okay, so yeah. So with that, see, this is why I really wanted, to have my battle buddies, my experienced battle buddies, because you're not hearing it just from Leona. Okay, these aren't theories. This is what people actually live through. They went through the whole process. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't experienced your first bull market yet, well, guess what? Now you're like, hey, my antenna should be going up because I will be experiencing my first bull market. I need to make sure that I have an exit strategy. I need to make sure that I have a profit-taking plan. Like, at what point do I want to take some profit? How much profit do I want to take, like percentage-wise, right? What do I want to do with the profit? Okay? Am I prepared to pay taxes? Because do I know what a taxable event looks like? During the bull market, like, you want to take profit, right? You want to exit your position, right? Well, guess what? That may include a taxable event. So you need to know in your country what type of transactions equal a taxable event for you. And you have the money set to the side just in case you have to pay. Okay? So, ew, the IRS. I know, yeah. I know. But see, here's the thing. Outside of the IRS, okay? I want y'all to just pay attention to the conversation that was had, though, okay? Notice how many of those answers came back to that same word again. It's having that plan. Extra strategy is part of your plan. Profit taking is part of your plan. Accumulating more is part of your plan because you have a dollar cost averaging plan. Make sense? Okay? See, I took my money out with a smile, then the taxes hit me. Jesus! It's like that sometimes. B-Babe said, I'm in tears on the way for that 55K, never happened. Listen, I'm not going to say, but what I will say is, at the end of the day, what we do is we base our stuff off the scenarios. There is a possibility. I would not personally rule out anything until there are confirmations for a legit turn and tide in the bull into a bull market. Okay, if we don't have the confirmations for the bull market, then guess what? It may be a bull trap, which is what we talked about last week. Okay, so if it is indeed a bull trap, then what does that mean for us? We already hit 57K, like high 57K, right? So does that mean that it's possible for us to go lower when it comes to Bitcoin? Does that mean that it would be possible to go lower than 57K? Yes or no in the chat. If this was to turn out to be a bull trap, that would mean that it increases the probability of Bitcoin going lower than that 57K that it hit already. Okay? So, if we don't see what we need to see to say it's a bull trap, then okay, cool. Then we may be in hitting, areas of like some higher highs, higher lows, but we may still go sideways a little bit, right? And then, boom, we go into expansion. All right, that's possible. All right, but we don't know because guess what? None of us are God. None of us are God. None of us can predict what the market is going to do. People with billions of dollars to put into the market in a matter of seconds, they're the ones that move the market, not us little old retail traders, not us little old retail investors. We're not moving the market like that. They are. These large institutions, private equity firms, the hedge fund managers, these are the people that's moving the market. We're not moving the market like that. So the sooner we realize that, okay, we'll kind of pull ourselves out of that whole attempting to predict the market, and we'll just let the scenarios play out. Okay? And we'll execute according to the scenario. That's it, that's all. V-Bay said, yeah, because we have a little money. Yeah, we got some money. You know what I'm saying? But market, like that, we don't have that type of money. Okay? So, with that being said, okay, we're going to go into step one. All right? So, the way that we are going to prepare and build our plan for the bull market, step one, we're going to get our money together. Okay? Everybody got it. Step one, get your money together. Thank y'all so very much for continuing to tap the screen. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the 20K. Y'all keep sharing, keep reposting. If you have not reposted this live stream yet on TikTok, please do so right now. YouTube, go ahead and give the thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. Share as well. Hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, okay? If you haven't done it yet. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so very much. All right, so yeah, step one, we got to get our money together, okay? So before I put one more dollar, one more euro, one more peso, whatever, into crypto, because prices are rising, okay? What should I check first? What should I check first? What's one thing that I should be checking on me personally? I'm not talking about outside of me. What's one thing I should be checking on me personally? Type it in the chat. What should I be checking on me first? Before I put any more money into the crypto space, what should I check first? For me, not outside of my control. So I'm not talking about check the charts. I'm not talking about checking the DXY. No, I'm not talking about none of that. For me, what should I check for me first? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. We said we're getting ready for the bull market, right? So what is the one thing I need to do before I put any more money into this market? Say that it's the money you can lose. Okay, Alina said make sure that you have money you can lose. All right. Hey, thank you. Crypto Stock Markets is in the building. Thank you so very much for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. Y'all give him a follow. Give him a follow when he goes live. He does exceptionally well. Great conversations. Good vibes. Challenges your way of thinking. Sometimes I agree. Sometimes I don't agree. But more times than not, I agree. You know what I'm saying? When I can catch his live streams anyway. So y'all give him a follow. From the live stream though, y'all. Because it's a lot of these copycat accounts. So I don't want y'all to get got. Alright. So what's one thing that I should check on? Alright. What should I check first before I put any money into the crypto space? Any more money into the crypto space? Wade said, make sure it don't affect your bills, child. Yes. Lord. Make sure it don't affect your bills. Okay. So that means we should be making sure that our Got It fund is in place. Does everybody know what our I Got It fund represents? If you know what our I Got It fund represents, type it in the chat. It's that word that I don't like. It's that word that I don't like. When I'm talking about money, I don't like saying that word. So that's why I say my I Got It fund. That's why I say that. Jared, welcome in. Hey, what's going on? Thank you. I appreciate you. What is the I Got It fund? What does that represent, y'all? Type it in the chat. Come on. Some of y'all been here. My battle buddies, y'all been here. So what is it? What does it say? Can I pay my bills? Keep paying my telephone bill. That's what's up. Hey, Charity. I see you. Y'all forgot what the I Got It fund is? Y'all forgot what that is? Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Money specifically for investing. I should. Okay. So remember, y'all, the I Got It fund is for our emergencies. So that's the emergency fund that all these financial advisors tell you should have. That's right. Crypto Stock Market said hardship moolah. Let's go. Okay. I don't like the word emergency, so that's why I say my I Got It fund. You know why? Because I see you, Morgan. The reason why I don't like it is because when I think of an emergency, I don't feel great, right? How many of you, when certain words come out of your mouth, it changes the way you feel. Is it just me? So if I use the word emergency, I immediately feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel my best. Cam, thank you for the whale. That's my first whale. Thank you, Cal. I appreciate you. That was so nice. Yeah, it says some words make me feel yucky. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Cal. Thank you for coming in. I'm about to give you a follow, man. Sure am. As soon as I can figure out how to do it. There you go. I got you. Follow back. Wait, did I do it? Oh, okay. I did it though. But yeah, I got you. Have a safe day though at work. I appreciate you. So yeah, so we want to make sure, like, I don't care for that word emergency. So that's the reason why I say I got it fun. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I like that legend crown too. Right. Hey, let's go. She said, Alina said it's the money I hide from my husband for crypto. Yo, that's so messed up. I sure hope your husband is not on TikTok right now. That is so funny. Hey, guess what, bruh? Guess what, bruh? You go ahead and join Block City. Let's go. Block City. Block City. What? Let's go. There you go. Oh, boy, that's funny. That's right. Yeah, I got you. Just hit me up. Morgan, hit me up. Most definitely. Thank you so very much for that heart, Alina. I appreciate you. So yeah, so step one, okay, we got to get our money together. So part of that is making sure that our I Got It fund is in place. The Real Boss Lady, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. We got to make sure that our money is in place. If something was to happen, okay, you lose your job, you have an unexpected medical expense that your health care does not cover, your I Got It fund says, I got it. Okay? Y'all see why I don't say the other word? When something happens, I can say, I got it. Okay? So when we're thinking about making sure that we have this fund, our I Got It fund built up, okay? We're not dipping into it because Bitcoin price has gone up. XRP price has gone up. Price has gone up. We're not dipping into it. Okay? Hey, I'm telling you, you feel good though when you can say I got it. Right? You feel good. That's so hey, take it. Take it. It's yours. For real. Okay? I'm not saying it again, Wade. That was for Bear Market Bully and all the other ones that always bring it up. But I think Bear Market Bully had to leave. What's going on, Smith? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Right? So if Bitcoin suddenly goes up in price, right, does those unexpected expenses, do they disappear? No. So why in the world would I dad supporting dads welcome in? It's been a minute. Boy, where you been? Welcome back though. Genesis, I see you. Anton, welcome in, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. So yeah. So since we know that our unexpected expenses just don't disappear because the price of these cryptocurrencies are going up. Come on, DMV. I see you. Let's go. Let's go. Then that means that we shouldn't be raiding our I Got It fund just to buy into Bitcoin because the price is moving. Okay, thank you so very much for the heart puffs. I appreciate you, crypto stock markets. Right? The second part to this, I said second. Bruh, man. Fifth float. No. The second part to this, okay? The second part to this is we need to make sure that we have a budget. Okay? So in order for us to get our finances together, I know y'all gonna start dropping off as soon as I said. See, as soon as I said it, folks dipped out. Y'all do not like that B word for nothing on TikTok, boy. Thank you so very much for that. Dad supported dads. Y'all can't stand that word, child. Y'all be like, the B word, I'm out. But at the end of the day, it's true. Can I actually afford what I'm investing in? Can I actually afford what I'm investing in? Your budget, the words you don't like, okay? Maybe that's that word that make y'all feel cringe. You know what I'm saying? As kids say today, these Gen Alphas we got up in here that make you cringe, right? But okay, well, what's another word y'all want to use? What's another word y'all want to use instead of budget? Because I don't like the word emergency, so I say I got it, right? So what's the word y'all want to replace budget with? Go ahead, give me some options, and then maybe I'll start saying that for y'all, so that way y'all can stay for the information, and not be like, not that word. He say life, life. So I'm supposed to just say, get your life together. That's kind of general, right? that's kind of broad, right? Say allowance. Okay, what y'all think about allowance? You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about allowance? I feel like we might be able to say that. Like, make sure we had that allowance together. You know what I'm saying? So say wet days money. I never heard that before. That is a, oh my God, that's a first. V-Bay said wet days money. Anybody ever heard that before? Mr. Howard, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Anybody heard that before? Wet days money. That's my first time hearing that. What's going on? Okay, so I'm not the only one. All right. But yeah. So we gonna come up with some of the. I like allowance. If y'all like allowance, say old school. Okay, I got you. I got you. So if it's said that sound like pamper money. Yo, I wouldn't have even thought of that until you said it. I'm like, as soon as I read, I was like, you know what? Yup. Oh shoot, that is so funny. Oh my gosh, they treat him like a drill instructor. Yeah, so I think we gonna roll with the allowance for now, okay? So instead of me saying budget, y'all, we gonna say we need to make sure that we have an allowance for that. Got it? If that makes it feel better for y'all, let's run with it, okay? But I'll make sure that I say that it's really a budget, but that's what we're doing, okay? I like that. Unless y'all come up with something else that I'm like, okay, you know. But yeah, so with our allowance, we need to be able to identify if we can afford what we're investing in, right? If not, then we need to establish, well, how much money can I actually put in? Like, my allowance is this. All right, out of my allowance, this is how much I want to put into cryptocurrency. I'm comfortable with putting into cryptocurrency. It's not gonna break the bank. I'm not gonna be out on my butt. I'm not gonna be homeless. My life's not gonna get cut off. My car not gonna get repoed. None of that's gonna happen. My kids still gonna be able to eat. I'm still gonna be able to eat. We're all still gonna be good when I pull from this allowance. Okay. So what we don't want to do is be like, oh man, how much money can I scrape together because Bitcoin is running right now? Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, we don't want to do that. So we need to make sure that our allowance allows us to be able to put money into the market and we're not struggling. Okay, say why not dollar cost average? Because that's part of a part of a plan. So you know what I'm saying? Like when you dollar cost average, you're gonna dollar cost average from your budget, right? I mean, my bad, from your allowance. So that's why I wouldn't say dollar cost average as a replacement for the word budget. You know. Welcome back, Hannah. I see you. All right. So yeah. So that's number two. The other part to this is, do we have cash reserves and a stable stash, right? Cash and a stable stash. So for my people who have never been here before and this is your first time being with me on live, so we have our cash reserve. A lot of us have already been talking about that, making sure that we have cash available because we've been studying and paying attention. We're learning more when it comes to the money or whatever, economics and all that stuff. and we see that we should have some cash available, okay? Your amount is your amount. I'm not here to tell anybody what to invest in, how to invest, how much money to put in. That's not my lane, okay? Because legally I can't do that anyway. But for my people who don't know, I call it a stable stash because we have our cash reserves, okay? Dollars, pesos, euro, right? Our cash reserves. Then we also have and can have a stable stash. What that means is for dad supporting dads, when we do that dollar cost averaging, okay, we're looking at our allowance and we're saying, I want to put X amount of my allowance into crypto. Well, when I do that, I want to buy these particular cryptocurrencies while they're at these prices or in this price range. Okay? And I'm doing that every single week, every other week. Okay? That's part of our dollar cost averaging. That stable stage comes in when we say, hey, I want to build up my stake in, let's say, USDC, USDT, DAI, DAI, not DIE, DAI, RLUSD, whichever stable coin you're going to use, right? You put money in there according to your dollar cost average plan. So that way, let's say this is a bull trap for Bitcoin. Let's say this is a bull trap. So we have all the evidence that points to bull trap, right? And then Bitcoin, hypothetically, y'all, I'm not saying this was going to happen. Let's just say Bitcoin plummets. And before the end of this year, Bitcoin drops down to, let's say, 45K, 40K, somewhere in there, right? Instead of a person who knows if Bitcoin get a 4 in front of it, period, I want to get in, right? Thank you so very much for those. I appreciate you, crypto stock markets. So you've been saying if Bitcoin get a 4, anything in front of it, I'm buying, right? Well, you don't have to go and pull a boatload of money out of your bank account when you've been putting money into your stable coins either every single week, every other week, once a month. That's you building a stable stash. So now you can put whatever percentage from your stable stash into Bitcoin. What that looks like is, let's say you built up a stable stash of roughly 20K, okay? And you say, hey, I want to take half of that and put it into Bitcoin because the price dropped down to 40, 45K. Cool, okay. You can now exchange that USDC for Bitcoin. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? And you don't have to do that through an exchange. You can do that within your own hot wallet, cold wallet. Did we know that? Yes or no in the chat? So when you're building up this stable stash, you now have the money already in the crypto market. It's just not in a specific cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's in a stable coin. Okay? So you'll only pay one fee because you're just going to exchange it from USDC to Bitcoin. That's it. That's all. All right, cool. Gotcha. Trevor, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay? So with that being said, we should make sure that we are putting our plans in place to make sure we have cash reserves, but also our stable stash is being built. So that way when the market does drop, y'all, the price of your the value of your stable coin is going to stay the same. Now here's the kicker though. When prices go up, the price or the value of your stable coin typically stays the same. All right? So it's not going to go all the way up. Okay? I don't know what Soul Next is, Emerson. Okay? So I need y'all to be clear on that. Just because you put your money in USDC doesn't mean that you automatically are going to see the value of that USDC go down or up because the market is fluctuating. No, that's why it's called a stable coin. Because the goal is for it to stay stable. It's a 1-for-1. So if I put $100 into USDC, I may see $99 and some change, whatever, in USDC. Thank you so very much for that. Dad supported dads coming through. I appreciate you. Let's go. Okay, Barb, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So everybody got it. So this is why we want to make sure we're doing those three things. And then, this for dad supported dads. Then the last part to us making sure our money is together. Okay? We need to make sure that we have a dollar cost averaging plan. Okay? Now y'all know me. I don't talk about just, oh, I'm only gonna just buy no matter what the price is. I don't believe in that. I had to learn this the hard way. I won't say the hard way, but I ended up learning this through experience. I personally do not believe at buying just because I'm gonna invest in that particular thing. No, for me, price matters. Because at some point, when Bitcoin gets to a certain price point, Leona is like, all right, my dollar cost averaging for Bitcoin is gonna stop, and I'm going to rotate this capital to the next thing. Okay? So this is why when prices are super low, you buy as much as you possibly can. So when prices, let's just say Bitcoin hits 85, 90K, around that area for Leona, that's Leona's cutoff. Okay? For Leona, that's Leona's cutoff. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. That's Leona's cutoff. Because I'm thinking about the next bear market. The next bear market, Bitcoin could do what? The next bear market, Bitcoin could do what in price? Somebody drop it in the chat. The next bear market, so let's just say the bull market that's coming up, Bitcoin does surpass 200K. That is a very real possibility. Okay? It gets that 250K that people been talking about since forever. All right? So it is very possible Bitcoin hits that 250K, right? Oh, thank you so very much for the finger hearts, dance support dance. I appreciate you. He became a title gifter over here on TikTok. Thank you so very much. Right? Exactly. So we looking at possibly 70K as a low. It's gonna go down. Barb said exactly 89% price drop. I don't know if it's gonna go that low, but you know, y'all see what I'm saying? Price is gonna go down. Okay, so if we get to 80, if we get to that 85, 90K, it's possible that Bitcoin could push lower than that 90K, that 85K, and that 65K that we've been playing around at, that could potentially become the next floor for the next bear market. I'm not saying that that's what it's going to be, y'all. I'm just, in my mind, that's how my mind is working right now. All right? That's a possibility. Anything's possible, right? Thank you so very much for the follow, Chris. I appreciate you. Are y'all following me? Or am I losing anybody? Y'all follow me? IRK, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay? So when we dollar cost average, one, we need to make sure that it fits in our strategy. Okay? That's number one. Number two, within our strategy and our allowance, okay, that B word that y'all don't like, within our allowance, we know that we're going to invest in these particular cryptocurrencies every week, every other week, once a month, whatever it's going to be. Okay? And then on top of it, with our dollar cost average plan, we need to know what price point Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, whatever, what price does it need to hit for me to say, all right, I'm going to start rotating my capital to something else. That's part of the dollar cost averaging, y'all. Okay? Please don't leave that part out. Price matters in which you buy. Price matters at which you buy. The Diary of Bruce, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Price matters at which you buy. Okay? Please don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It does. All right? You don't want to be that person that's constantly buying at the top. All right? I mean, I got it. You know, some stuff is just going to continue to run or whatever, but what goes up must come down. And if your heart can't take the price drops, you probably should buy at the lowest prices possible. Okay? So I got it. You know, I'm not telling y'all that you should stop dollar cost averaging, period. I'm just saying rotate your capital into something else that you know you wanted to invest in, and it's at a price point that makes sense for you, that you're comfortable with buying it. Okay? And also, when we do this dollar cost average, this does not mean for us, like, let's say we in a bull market. This don't mean for you to increase your dollar cost averaging and put your allowance at risk of being stretched because you want to mess around and you want to have more. No, 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 no. Work your plan the way it is, and then during the next bear market, then you can adjust. Okay? Don't try to adjust in the middle of a bull market because you want to catch up. Because you didn't buy while the prices were down at 57, 58, 60K. Okay? Wade said when the price go low, I go high. Buy. Come on now. Zoku said we're gonna be rich. Well, let's go then. All right. So that's step one. We need to make sure our money is straight. All right. We got to get our money in order. Step two, we need to know what we already own. Okay? Now, I got it. This may make some people uncomfortable, but I'm about to ask y'all a question. Without looking at your crypto exchange, without looking at your hot wallet or your cold wallet, can you tell me every single cryptocurrency you own? Can you type it in the chat? Yes or no? Don't look at nothing. Can you type in the chat every single thing, every single cryptocurrency you own? Yes or no? Okay? And don't be coming over here telling stories now. If you know you can't, you can't. All right? You can work on that, though. But if you can, shout out to you. All right? That's right. All right, good. I see y'all. So all of y'all that are typing yes, then guess what? Y'all are ahead of other individuals. Say I can, but I'm weird. It's okay. You know, I'm not asking y'all to put what y'all own in the chat, okay? I just want y'all to be able to say, yes, I can name it, okay? Or no, I can't, all right? So if you can, that's great. For the people who don't want to type no in the chat because they know that they can't, this is where we can just work on, you know, more than likely downsizing our portfolio. Wait, oh Jesus, there you go. With the XRP. We know. I got you. Okay, now, okay, so y'all know that yes, dad supporting dads is right. Said rebalancing. That's right. That's what we do. We're gonna reduce our portfolio by rebalancing. What is doing well for us? What isn't? Heather said I had like 30 coins last run. Way too many. Heather, I ain't have 30, but I was like, why do I have these? After the fact, like when we was going into the bear market, this last one, I was like, yo, you got to get rid of some of this stuff because this don't make sense. Kid you not, Miss Universe, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, right? It said 8 tops for me. That's okay. That's good. And see, I said 12 is a max. Period. If I were to hit 12, I'm like, well, actually, at one point I did hit surpass 12, and I was like, yo, this too many. I can't. Why do I have? Y'all gonna laugh at me, but see, you don't know what you don't know. At one point, I was holding Engine Coin, Decentraland, what was the other one I had? And I was like, yo, you got to get rid of this stuff. Because it was all part of that whole metaverse stuff or whatever. And I was just like, Jesus, why you got this stuff, Leona? Like, let this go, child. So, for real. Yes, Mana, that's it. That's it. That was part of that whole metaverse stuff. And so, said so many alts came out and faded. Absolutely. They have. And so this is why I was like, yeah, I need to just kind of reduce my portfolio, do a little rebalancing, what's working, what's not, why am I investing in them? And as a matter of fact, that leads me to the ones that you have. Can you explain why you own every single one of them? Can you explain what each one of them solve? What problem each one of them solve? Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no in the chat? Ophelia said, I have 13, but I'm about to get rid of some. Okay. Yep, sure can. Yep. All right. Ophelia said nope. Okay, so we work on it, right? Alina said yes with the exclamation point, like, yeah, Leona, shoot. Heck yeah. Uh said hers come here come the ISO. I don't understand that either. But hey, said Miss Universe said I sold off some coins last night and bought some more BTC last night. Okay, see? But you know why you're buying Bitcoin. You know why you sold those coins, right? So if you can't explain why you are holding those particular coins, okay, then that means that more than likely either you bought because of all the excitement and the talk about that particular cryptocurrency, or you know what I'm saying, you just wanted to hold it just because, like, hey, this seems like it's gonna be cool. Let me just hold it. All right. But at the end of the day, you should know why you are holding it. What problem does it solve? Period. Period. And if it doesn't continue to solve the problem that they initially started to solve, okay, then that means for you, you should possibly consider letting that cryptocurrency go. Okay? You should possibly consider letting that cryptocurrency go. All right? Said no, why are you investing in a project versus asking what to buy? Oh, know why you're investing in a project versus asking what to. Yes, absolutely. And that's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of these live streams, so that way we can focus on how we go about, the research, so we can better understand these different cryptocurrencies and what problem they solve, because each one is different. They don't all solve the same problem. They have specific things, right? They have specific things. They have their lane. So if you're interested in that particular lane, then that's where you roll, okay? That's where you roll. If you're like, nah, thank you so very much for the roses, I appreciate you, right? If you don't know what problem it's solving, then you should not be investing in it. And that goes for anything. If you're investing in the stock market and you don't understand that company, you don't know how it potentially can impact the economy, how it can impact you as a consumer, or whatever. If you don't understand, if you don't know who the team is, the CEO is, you don't know what type of business moves they make, how they are, like what type of character they have. These are some of the things, like, seriously, if you just investing in companies just to invest in companies, I'm telling you that your portfolio is going to be trash. It is. And more than likely, you're going to sell because you don't know what the heck you're holding. So you're going to sell. I did it. Sold some stuff, and when I look back this year, I was like, why did I sell that? I know why I sold, because I didn't know what I was holding. I bought because I looked at Warren Buffett portfolio and I said, oh, that makes sense, let me buy that too. Kid you not, because I didn't have anybody around me that was investing in the stock market, so I was figuring it out on my own. I wasn't on YouTube University like that. I kid you not, I was listening to old Warren Buffett interviews. I found his portfolio online that's updated like every 3 to 6 months or whatever via gurufocus.com. They still have it up. They update it quite frequently now. They update it more frequently than they did back then in 2020, right? And that's how I got involved in the stock market. I didn't have anybody that was like, yeah, Leona, this is what I'm investing in and all that. I had to figure it out myself. Alina said I had to figure out crypto all alone. It's hard. It's much harder, y'all, when you have to do it by yourself. It is. And it's not as fun. I mean, am I right? Like, it's not as fun. When you got to do it, you're the first one. You're the only one in your circle. You have nobody to talk to about it. That's why I come on social media. Because, I mean, I got people I can talk to about crypto, but they're not like, come on, Dad, supporting Dance with the Galaxy. Man, y'all showing out tonight. I take it y'all prefer this type of conversation. Because I don't got a whale, my first ever whale, getting the galaxies and stuff. Y'all are showing out tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you so very much for the roses, Miss Universe, and the donuts. Dance supporting Dance. I appreciate y'all. I'm about to give some follows. Come on, let's go. Where we at? I think I'm already following you, right? Nope, I'm not, but there it is. I got you. Okay? So yeah, so moving forward for us, we need to make sure that we can explain what we're investing in. Okay? And if we can't, either we want to learn more so we can explain it, or that's our cue to let that cryptocurrency go. Okay? So I want you to start thinking about, what do you own? Why do you own it? Is it a long-term hold, right? Or are you holding that short-term because you're like, I don't really know like which direction it's gonna go? This is the one I'm taking a risk on. Okay? Because some of us, we're gonna have a percentage, Jesus, a small percentage possibly of our crypto portfolio where we're taking a risk on that particular cryptocurrency. Okay? So that's possible. All right. So when you're investing in this particular market, we want to make sure that we know I'm holding this for the long term. Like Bitcoin is something I am holding, period. I am not selling. Me, Leona. I'm not selling. I have made my mistakes in the beginning. I have done it. I am not selling. Okay? That is the one for 100% fact. I am not selling. Everything else is on the table. Depending on how much I hold, okay, that does play a part in it. All right. So, and then also think about what would make me reconsider owning it. So when you are thinking about rebalancing, like Dad supported Dad said, when you are thinking about rebalancing, okay, so why do I want to let this go? Okay, are they not doing what they said that they're going to do as far as the problem they're going to solve? Are they having a lot of outages? Are they having a lot of issues? Are they in a bunch of lawsuits that they shouldn't even be in, but they're doing some reckless stuff? Like, what's going on with this particular cryptocurrency? Okay, it has to be some reason why you're saying, nah, I don't want to hold this anymore. Okay, so moving forward, when you ask these questions to yourself, if your answer is like, oh, well, somebody on TikTok said that I should be buying Hyperliquid right now. Okay? Dog, do your homework. Go ahead. Go to the website of that particular cryptocurrency. Good night, Heather. I'm glad you came. Thank you so very much for joining us. Don't let this be your last time, though, okay? Come back on Friday. So, yeah, if you're saying that, oh, man, such and such said I should buy this, dog, I need you to go do some research. Go to the website. You can go to coingecko.com, okay? And then you can type in that cryptocurrency, and then all the information for that cryptocurrency comes up. Typically, it'll have the website, their community. So if it's a Discord, Telegram, anything like that. They also, if the white paper is on there, they have a slot for the white paper. If you're like, the white paper too much, the language is too da-da-da-da, y'all put it in Chat GPT and tell Chat GPT to summarize it to you. You know what I'm saying? Explain it to me like I'm a 10-year-old. Whatever verbiage you want to use, whatever prompt you want to use, just give it to Chat and tell it to break it down to you, so that way you don't just throw it away. Okay? That's a really good way to study. Okay? You can use CoinGecko.com. CoinGecko.com. CoinMarketCap as well is another one. But I like CoinGecko.com. I've been using that since I got exposed to crypto the second time around in 2020. So yeah. And that one has all the stuff. So like when you put it in, it tells you the rank. It gives you all the tokenomics, which is pretty much the numbers to tell you like what's the supply and all of the breakdown and stuff. You'll see it, and you can actually click on a question mark next to the term, and it'll give you the definition of it. So you're not like, what does this mean? What does that mean? That's why I like, me personally, that's why I like CoinGecko.com. Okay. All right. So let me ask y'all something else, okay? And this is for my people who've been invested for some time. If y'all are still here with me, I got y'all. I got a question for y'all, okay? I want to know how many of y'all that have been investing in crypto for quite some time, how many of y'all have owned crypto for years but never actually written down your portfolio strategy? Yeah, because we strategize, right? How many of you have been owning crypto for years now, and you have never written down your portfolio strategy. Type me in the chat, okay? I ain't judging you, okay? I ain't judging you. Type me in the chat if it's you. Say, I ain't wrote it down. It's all here. It's all in here, Leona. It's all in here. Oh, yeah, I know my husband ain't the only one. I know my husband ain't the only one. Y'all, I literally just did it last year. Kid you not, I literally just did it last year. When I started, and here's what prompted me to write my stuff down. When we were moving into the bear market, right? And I did the bear market masterclass. Me putting that together was what prompted me to start putting my strategy together. Because I was like, I'm holding this stuff. Remember, y'all, I was holding stuff that I'm like, why are you still holding Engine Coin and Man and stuff? Like, I was holding that stuff at the beginning of the year, right, of 2025. And I'm like, yo, why do you still hold this stuff? Boom! What's going on, BK Crypto? Welcome in, Battle. Happy Wednesday. Right? We were just talking about that earlier. How the POTUS was talking about. And then it went up like 11% today. Alina said, I did mine about 7 months ago. My husband still hasn't. Right, look. Y'all, and I'm not here to judge. I just told y'all, I literally just did mine last year. And the only reason I did it is because I was about to teach about the bear market and having people prepare for the bear market. And I was like, well, how you going to prepare for the bear market, Leona, if you don't even have your own strategy together? Like, do you know what you're buying, what price points you're looking for price to go to potentially, right? Like, do you know how much you want to hold? You know, like, what are we doing? I see you, BK Crypto. I'll be on the lookout. Y'all give BK Crypto a follow. Give BK Crypto a follow. Yeah, he puts a lot of information, valuable information on his page. And if you are in New York City, you know, they put together where he helps with coordinating events for people in the crypto space. Y'all, this is one of those individuals, especially for my NYC folks. If y'all want to be able to have that connection in person versus just online, y'all, go ahead, give them a follow. They have events coming up for crypto related things, so absolutely. Okay, you can always learn from the next person. I don't know everything, he don't know everything. He shares what he knows, I share what I know, and we all put everything together. That's good. Hannah said she followed you, BK Crypto. That's what's up. Okay, so yeah, so this is one of those things, y'all. This is one of those things. We got to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the best possible position. Okay, and by us having our strategy written down, okay, having our portfolio strategy written down, that's going to help us. You're very welcome, BK Crypto. That's right. Let's go. Hannah's following. Whoever else is following, shout out to y'all. Especially if you're in NYC, that's definitely going to be a point of contact for you. Okay? Most definitely. And follow from the live stream, y'all. Okay? Because I understand that we want to say, oh, I'm going to do it later. Like, seriously, follow from the live stream because, unfortunately, when people are talking about finances on this app, on TikTok, you get a whole bunch of copycat accounts that come out and they start following you. And they are scamming, okay? So we don't want you to get your money taken. We don't want your portfolio or your wallets to get hacked and stuff. Like, we don't want you to have none of that happen. So please, only follow from the live stream, okay? That's right. SMYB, welcome in. Thank you for the follow, too. I appreciate you. Okay? So, yeah, so we're not I know, it's too many bots. It's way too many. It is frustrating. I have to go through and scrub my, the people that are following me. I have to go through and scrub that every single week. Every single week. Because it's so many of them. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, and thank you, husband, because I do not ask nobody for no money. Let me tell you, I don't ask for money. I'm not gonna ask you how your crypto trading is going. I'm not gonna ask you. It's not letting me pin for whatever reason. I'm not gonna ask you how your crypto trade is going. I'm not gonna ask you about what type of wallet you're using, what type of crypto exchange you're using. I'm not asking you those questions, especially through no DM. I will only ask you a question if you say, "Hey, Leona, I need some help with X, Y, and Z," and then I'll ask you a question to make sure that I understand what you need me, what you're asking me to help you with. Okay? She said I had to keep my account on private. Yes. I see you, SMYB. I appreciate you. Okay? So, us having a portfolio, okay? That's gonna help us to put ourselves in the best position. Said you have been giving free game for years. Thank you. Thank you, Battle. Let them know. Let them know. Y'all, I've been talking about crypto since 2021. So 2020 was my first year. Okay? Like, first year as a serious investor. Because I wasn't doing the whole, oh, I'm crypto trading. No, no, no. I was like, I need to learn as an investor. Right? So 2020, I was learning to be a serious investor. 2021, I was like, y'all need to be investing in crypto. That was me. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, y'all need to be investing in crypto. And here's why. Da, 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 da. I was that type of excited or whatever. Oh, no, you spelled it right. But yeah, so, and then I calmed down and I was like, hey, listen, if you decide to invest in crypto, these are some things to look out for because I have gotten burned in the crypto space. You know what I'm saying? But that's because for me, it was greed, y'all. I was being greedy. Like, I was already doing my own thing. And then I was like, well, y'all gonna do what? Okay, let me give you this money and then y'all can work it. For being greedy. Being greedy don't work. so so that's why now it's a bit more, I'm still passionate, but I'm not telling people what you should be doing. Okay. Um, Said what platforms would you recommend to purchase on? It depends on the person, where you're located. What do you see is easy for you to navigate? I will say this for me, for Leona, because I've been doing it for so long. When I was told to get on Coinbase, um, this is back in 2017, because we were told to start trading crypto first, right? And the guy told us, he was like, open up a Coinbase account and then buy some Bitcoin and then open up a Binance account, and you're going to move that Bitcoin from Coinbase to Binance. You're going to start trading. For me, I opened up both accounts at the same time, right? Coinbase was easier for me to navigate than Binance. That's just the owner. Okay? I also have crypto.com. I have Gemini. Honestly, I mean, I've used both of those. I don't really use them because I'm so comfortable with Coinbase. So, yeah. So, and I don't even use Robinhood. I said I'm going to open up an account just so that way I could get familiar with it, because I do have some Gen Zs that follow me. And I know that that's kind of where, the younger generation, they lean towards is Robinhood and things of that nature. So, I'm like, I need to learn, how they platform and interface is and stuff like that. So, like I said, Coinbase has been super easy. Oh yeah, and I've used Kraken before, but like I said, once I find something that works for me, that's comfortable for me, I don't really deviate from that too much. So I have Kraken. I want to say I bought from that maybe twice. I have some other ones that I don't even remember the names of them, child. Because I was buying XRP from it when it was taken off of Coinbase. So I forgot the name of it, but yeah. So for a person that's just starting out, me personally, Coinbase is too easy. Okay, I didn't know anything at all about cryptocurrency, and it was easy for me to set up the account, to connect my bank account to it, to make the purchase, to even send it to Binance, and that's without instructions from anyone. I was able to figure it out. But I mean, it's easy for me. I'm used to technology, so. It said millennial here was yeah. So you'll be able to get it. SMYB, it'll be too easy for you. I wouldn't say that you have to stay with Coinbase. I would just say if you are a person that just want to just do a switch real quick, Coinbase is very easy, and then you can test out some other ones, play around on them. Liv said I started with Uphold, but I love Coinbase. See, unfortunately, Uphold is not available everywhere. I know. I don't know if it's still banned, but I remember that you couldn't have Uphold in New York. I don't know if that's still restricted in New York State, but I remember for some years you couldn't get an Uphold account if you're a resident of New York and have a driver's license in New York State. Okay. So yeah, so let's get back to it so we can wrap this up because my kid got school tomorrow and I gotta get her ready for bed. So hey, that's what's up. Welcome in, Victoria. I see you. Happy Wednesday. Robinhood has been very easy. I think they restrict things more than other platforms. Okay, got you. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that because I don't really know much about Robinhood because that's not a platform I've been on, but I do it though, because I do have some Gen Zs, that rock with me. So if you're a Gen Z watching me right now, live or the replay, shout out to you. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're learning something tonight. All right. So at the end of the day, all right, when we're building up our portfolio, listen, you can know a lot about cryptocurrency and still not have an intentional portfolio. I'm here to tell you I was that person. 2025 is when I finally sat down and I became intentional and said, these are the things I'm going to hold, period. And these are the things I'm letting go of, and here's why. Okay? Because I couldn't answer why I was still holding them. Okay? It didn't make sense for me to continue to hold them. Okay? So if you're brand new, though, this is good news for you. You don't have to spend 5, 6, 7 years collecting crypto and then figure this out, right? You got it now. You can start learning how to think about your structure now, today. What's this? August 19th, 2026. You can start today. For all my people who gave me the 1s and the 2s in the chat, even the 3s in the chat, okay? If you've been in the crypto space less than 3 years, guess what? This is really good for you. You'll be able to make those adjustments, okay? Step 3. We're on step 3 now. All right. We want to also look at how we're building our portfolio. Okay, so let's say you built your portfolio, right? And then you have one cryptocurrency that has represented a relatively small part of your portfolio, right? Then over time, that crypto triples. Q Hyperliquid. So the POTUS drops the name of your cryptocurrency that you've been holding a small amount of or a small percentage of, right, in your portfolio, and now it triples in value. Okay, woohoo, congratulations, awesome. But guess what? Something else happens when it triples in value. Okay, something changes. What's gonna change? Something's gonna change because you didn't buy anything new, right? You didn't sell anything, but your portfolio changed. All right, so that means that investment, I'm going to use Hyperliquid as an example since it was mentioned today, right? So that investment into Hyperliquid now represents a larger percentage of your portfolio. So now I want you to ask yourself, okay, so, well, did my risk change even though I didn't make another purchase? Yes or no? Yes or no? So if yes, then this is where we need to think about rebalancing, right? And she said, and more capital gains tax. When you have a taxable event here in crypto, okay? So this is what we need to look at rebalancing, okay? So for my people who don't know what rebalancing is, because their supporting dads brought it up earlier. If for my people who don't know what rebalancing is, right? Rebalancing is pretty much this process, where we're bringing a portfolio back toward the structure that we intentionally chose. Example, if I say that my speculative assets, the things that I'm taking a bit more risk on because it's a small cap coin, meaning it has 1 billion or less in market cap, okay? So if I'm investing in that type of cryptocurrency, but the value of it triples and quadruples or whatever, and now it's a higher percentage of my portfolio, I'm like, hey, hold up. It's time for me to make some adjustments, because if I want, 50% or 40% Bitcoin, and then, 25% Ethereum and XRP, and so on and so forth, then I need to make the adjustments in my portfolio so we can get back to that. Got it? That doesn't mean, y'all, I'm telling you that something automatically needs to be sold. What that means is I want you to notice what changed, because price movement can change your allocation for you. Okay? So your antenna should go up. Now, if this is a short-lived move and then we go back to normal, then you may see that price drop. You don't need to do anything, okay? But your antenna should go up, period. We got it. Dirty Red, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay? So, with today, with what we talked about, I want you to think about, we're going to use our prosperity pause, right? So, we're talking about making sure that we have our portfolio. Why is this up here? There we go. So we're thinking about our portfolio and how we're going to strategize and position ourselves, right? So right now, we want to pause. We're going to do this one more time. We want to think about, what do I own today? What cryptocurrency do I own today? I want you to write that question down. And if you can't stay here the whole time, y'all, I'm recording this on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. If you have to leave or whatnot, you can always come back to YouTube, watch the replay, rewind, fast forward, pause, whatever you need to do, okay? So number one, what do I own? Write that down. Answer the question honestly. If you can answer without looking at your portfolio, great. If you can't answer without looking at your portfolio, go look at it. But write it down. Number two, why do I own it? I need you to know why you own each cryptocurrency. So if you have 30 cryptocurrencies in your portfolio, you should be able to answer why you own all 30. Okay? Thank you for the follow, Ma. I appreciate you. Okay? So why do I own each one of those cryptocurrencies? Number three, has my risk changed? Okay? Am I more comfortable with the small cap, right? The ones that have $1 billion or less in market cap? Am I more comfortable? Am I a meme person? I'm proud of y'all, because the people that's been coming on here lately, y'all ain't talked about any meme coins. So I think the message is very clear now. I'm not a meme coin person. I used to get those type of comments in the beginning. I don't get those no more. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, because I'm like, thank you, God. We away from the meme coin, questions and stuff, because I always tell people, I'm not your person. Don't talk to me about no meme coins. I'm not your person. I barely do small cap coins. I'm not your person. I'm a blue chip girl. That's where my focus is at. Large cap coins. So no, I'm not your person, right? But anyway, so has my risk changed? SMYB said, because I bought on a whim. Hey, sometimes it's like that. Okay? So has my risk changed? Answer the question honestly. Okay? So if you know that you're a bit more conservative, more than likely you're not going to be investing in meme coins, okay? You're going to minimize your exposure to small cap coins in general. You may invest in one or two, but they're not going to be like a large portion of your portfolio. It's going to be very small, right? Do I know the role each investment plays in my portfolio? Y'all, and I say this a lot. Every investment that we put our money into, it should serve a purpose. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, okay, so you have an IRA. So the purpose of that is to what? Cover you for when you're retired, correct? Yes or no, right? Come on, hubby, reaching level 14. Let's go. Okay? So we know our IRA, our 401k, for my military folks, our TSP, right? That's to cover retirement. So we know the purpose it solves. Okay? We know what purpose We know why we have that account. Okay, so why do you have that other brokerage account? You got Charles Schwab? Okay, so the things that you're investing in with Charles Schwab, what purpose is it going to serve? Why do you have it? Is it going towards your kids' future? College? Do you have a 529 plan in there for your kids, girl babies? Like what's the point of it? When you're investing in cryptocurrency, those cryptocurrencies, what's the point of them? If you have multiple cold wallets, if you have multiple hot wallets, meaning the hot wallet is like our checking account. The cold wallet is offline, so that's like our, I'm gonna say retirement fund, because I used to say savings account, but I'm like, no. This more like retirement fund because it's not for you right now, right? So what's the purpose of it? Are you putting money in there so that way you can buy some land in the future, and you're gonna use that as leverage to buy land? Are you putting money into these accounts so that way you can have a vacation fund for the family? Like, what is the purpose? Each one of your brokerage accounts, each one of your wallets, each one of your investments should serve a purpose. Do we have it? My Bitcoin is just for my boys when they get older. We serve the purpose. It's for the next generation. So I'm buying, but I'm not touching it because it's not for me. That makes sense. Every investment should. My husband said, okay, Arcade, that's from the richest man in Babylon. Yeah. But seriously, each one should serve a purpose. Mr. Cecil, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Right? So do I know the role each investment plays? Yes or no? If I don't know today, I need to establish that role. I need to write down this particular account serves this purpose. This particular account serves this purpose. And that goes for your high yield savings accounts, y'all, that you got. If anybody is investing in treasuries outside of, the traditional means, so let's say you go to Treasury Direct and you're buying it yourself, right? Why do you have those treasury bills? Why do you have those treasury bonds? Why? What is the point of it? Okay? And this way, when you do take profit, you already know what the profit is meant to do. Where is it going? Okay? So if I can't answer any of those questions, that's not necessarily a failure, y'all. We're just collecting some information. Okay? So you pretty much identified an area of your investing process that needs attention. So all you're going to do is go and answer those questions or get the answer to it or establish an answer. Everybody got it? We good to go. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if we good to go. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if we good to go. I got you. Talent, thank you so very much for continuing to tap the screen. Thank you, Hannah, for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Let's go. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. 31K over here. It's all good. Bear Market Bullet says, sorry, got a call. You got to start over from the beginning. Battle, I love you, but no, sir. Laura is actually, I know she's waiting in there, like waiting by the door, like is she almost done? I'm pretty sure she's waiting on me. So now, Battle, you're going to have to watch the replay on YouTube. Y'all already know that girl come in here be like, Mommy, are you almost done? Like, for real, are you finished? Can you hurry up, please? And she'll be quick to be like, can you hurry up, please? So, yeah. So, listen, speaking of having a process, y'all, I want to say this, and then we're going to get to the chart. I'll talk about the rest of the stuff on Friday. But, speaking of having a process, though, y'all, this is why, for my people who don't know, this is why I have that bear and bull market checklist, okay? For my people who have downloaded it, I need y'all to let them know in the chat if you downloaded that bull and bear market checklist. Ophelia said, I'm fairly new to Coinbase and crypto, so I'm still learning. That's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you're here, okay? That's why we take our time. Sweetest Peace, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, I see you. Mr. X, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. If you downloaded that bull and bear market checklist, let us know in the chat. Real quick, for my people who downloaded that bull and bear market checklist, let us know in the chat. If you did not know that I had a bull and bear market checklist, then say me. Okay, so I didn't see it, so I can print it. Yeah, it's in the email. If you gave me your information, you received an email. Especially if it was this past, last week for sure, the bull market was sent out on Tuesday to the people who had signed up prior to that. But everyone after Tuesday, last Tuesday, you got them both at the same time. Okay, so if you didn't know and you would like to get it for free, y'all, okay, you can actually click the link in my bio, put in your information, and you'll get both of them tonight. If you do it tonight, you get both of them tonight. If you do it tomorrow, you get both of them tomorrow. Okay, so so that means you should have it. Yeah. And listen, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this because, some people are not in the entrepreneurial space, right? But with the system I use, I can see if people download it or at least open the file so that way they can download it. I can see if they did it or not. It shows your name and whether you opened it or not. So it tells on you, just like TikTok be telling on y'all, like I can see y'all. It shows how many people are like peeking on the FYP, and y'all just ain't came in here because y'all like, I don't know if the water's fine. Baby, the water's fine. Come on in, okay? So the system tells on y'all. He say hint, hint. Just saying. So I know if you did it or didn't. Especially if you say that I signed up or I put my information in there. Yeah, it tell you if you did it or not. Okay, so if you didn't, this is a good time to go click on it and then download it, y'all. And don't just download it, man. Like do what you're seeing. Like read each step and plan accordingly. Okay, I don't have my stuff. He gonna say some Wait, gonna say some. You have your stuff secret coded. No, I don't. No, I don't. All my stuff is beginner friendly. Oh man, but no, for real, y'all. Do that. And if you're thinking like, oh my gosh, Leon, it's just too much stuff to remember. You be talking about a lot. Sometimes you be talking really fast. That's why you can watch the replay on YouTube. Okay, you can pause me. You can slow me down on YouTube. All right, they had that option where you could slow it down, all that good stuff. Okay, but you don't have to remember everything. Okay, just go download the bear market checklist because that one is gonna help you to think through when the market is kind of weakening. Okay, when things are transitioning and you may see that we're moving into a correction phase. Okay, so it's gonna help you to financially prepare for a bear market, so you can do all of your accumulating and whatnot. Okay. The bull market checklist is going to help you to evaluate when market conditions are improving. All right. It's going to help you tap into your financial readiness. Okay. Portfolio structure. Common mistakes in profit planning. Some things that some of us mentioned earlier, we wish that we would have had at our disposal when we were moving into our first bull market. Okay. I want y'all to have both. So go click on that link and download them both. They are totally free. Okay. So, and like I said, don't just download them like Miss Gigi said. Print them out. Write on it. Okay. Use them. That's what they're there for. All right. That's why I made them. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go to the charts and we're going to look at what has happened. We're going to go through our whole process real quick. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to see if we can get through this. Y'all think we can get through it in like 15 minutes? Y'all think we can get through it in like 15 minutes? I think we can get through it in 15 minutes. Or less. But don't distract me, y'all. Okay? I'm trying to pull up the screen. Don't distract me, y'all. Let's just get through it. We're going to do our whole process. Our investor dashboard, we're going to do it all. Before we even look at the price chart for Bitcoin, okay? So let's turn this around. Let's go. I think I pressed the wrong button. I did press the wrong button. Did I? Ain't this the button I'm supposed to press? Did they move it to where you can flip the screen? Oh, they moved the button. I'm sitting here like, this don't look right. Okay, so our first step, if y'all remember, our first step is we look at the DXY, US dollar index, right? We're on the day time frame. 1 day. See this? It says 1 day. So US dollar index, DXY, and each one of these candles represents 1 day of price moving up or down. Okay, cool? All right, bet. So we're going to go to the most current day, which is, this is today. This is, well, this is the next trading day. So this is the 20th. So we're going to use this one. Okay? We're going to use the previous one. Because I would use this one, but we're going to use the previous one. So the US dollar was down. Okay? US dollar was down before the stock market closed. Everybody got that? I want you to make a mental note of that or write it down. DXY down. Okay? So what that tells us is the dollar was weakening today. It was not as strong today. Red means the dollar is weak. Green means the dollar is strengthening or is strong. We got it? Yes or no in the chat? Red means dollar is weak or weakening. Green means dollar is strong or strengthening. Yes or no in the chat if you got it? And I'm sorry, y'all, on YouTube, I can't see you when I'm sharing my screen because I'm on StreamYard. Okay, so we're going to move on because y'all, I told you, 15 minutes. Okay, so now we've done that. Okay, cool, gotcha. Awesome. He said, see, I got you. Okay, so now we're going to move on. I got to stop sharing. We're going to move on to our next one is the 10-year treasury. 10-year treasury. Okay, let's go. And I'm going to share my screen now. Uh-oh. Let's go here. Back to it. And bam. All right. So let's bring y'all back around. Okay, so let's go. So now we're on 10-year treasury. Let's go. We're on marketwatch.com. Okay, investing/bond, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to go down here and it says the 10-year treasury note. We're at 4.65%. This was as of today, 9:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it was literally just updated. Got it? We're going to look at yesterday compared to today. So we're going to go down here. Uh-oh, I didn't go down all the way. We're going to go down here to historical quotes. Okay? And then we want to look at yesterday compared to today to see if the treasury yield is up or down. Okay? If it's up or down. So this was yesterday, the 18th. Uh-oh. Yep, the 18th. And over here in the close column, it says 4.71. So yesterday compared to today, is the treasury yield up or down in the chat? Compared to yesterday, is the treasury yield up or down in the chat? Type it. Up or down in the chat. Treasury yield up or down in the chat compared to yesterday. Yesterday was 4.7. Today is 4.65. Up or down? And here's the thing. When the treasury yield is up, that tells us that money is a bit more expensive. Okay? That means money is a bit more expensive, so that means that people may not take as much risk as they originally would. If it's down, that means that we may see money rotate a bit more because it may not be as expensive. That's right. All right, so we're down. Kudos, y'all. Good job. All right, so I want you to make a mental note or write it down. So we now have the U.S. dollar yesterday, today, down. Treasury yield down. Okay? Got it. So next, we're going to go to technology. We want to see what's going on with technology because isn't cryptocurrency a technology? Blockchain technology, right? So we want to see what people are doing. Are people taking the risk with technology, or are they saying, I don't don't know, dog. I think I might need to push pause. I might need to reduce my exposure to technology right now. Okay? We are able to figure that out by looking at QQQ, which is the NASDAQ. All right? So that's what we'll have to look at now. Let's go. Let's go. All right, my people who've been here since, especially since last month, y'all already know what we're doing. So y'all are going to be able to answer the question. So we're on QQQ. This is an ETF, okay? QQQ. We're on the day time frame. So that means each one of these pretty candles represents one day of price moving up or down. Green means price is moving up. Red means price is moving down. Got it? The bigger the size, the body of the candle, the more buying momentum was held that day. The smaller the body, the less momentum. Got it? Okay, so we're going to go over here. So this is the market close today. All right, so this is where the market closed. It closed, the candle is red. So what does that mean to us? Risk is not as heavy. So we're going to say risk is off for August 18th. For August 19th. Okay? If the candle was green, that will mean risk is on. All right, when it comes to technology, everybody got it. So red means risk is off when it comes to technology. Green means risk is on. We got it? So we have three things. Dollar is down. That means it's weakening. Okay? Treasury yield is down. That means money is rotating a bit or isn't as expensive, my bad. Okay? And we have QQQ, technology, where this is telling us risk is off right now. Everybody got those three? Let me know in the chat your favorite F. I can't see the rest, but welcome in. Thank you so very much for joining. Okay? Everybody got it? All right, cool. So now we're going to move on to NVIDIA. Why? Because we want to see what's up with AI. Are people really still excited about AI? Okay? If it's green, that means people still feeling it. You know, we don't have too much going on. If it's red, that means people might be like, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might need to, like, slow my roll a little bit. Okay? I might need to slow my roll a little bit. All right, I see Reggie Red said, got it. All right, so we're on NVIDIA. This is the ticker symbol for NVIDIA. We're on the daytime frame. Notice how all of these are on the daytime frame, okay? We want to see the current day, all right? Remember, green means price is going up. Red means price is going down. The bigger the body of the green candle, the more momentum. The bigger the body of the red candle, the more momentum to the downside. Thank you much. I appreciate you, okay? So, for today, when the market closed, NVIDIA closed down compared to yesterday. We have a red candle. Red candle. Okay? So, for us, there we go. I'm on TradingView, Alina, yes. Yep. I thought I said that, but I didn't. So, yes, y'all, I'm on TradingView. And you do not have to pay for this account if you don't want to. Okay? Especially to do what I'm doing right now. All right, so right now, people are not as excited. This doesn't mean that folks are saying, oh, screw AI and don't invest in AI. No, no, no. Remember, when people are not taking on the risk when it comes to growth assets and technology, then the things that represent that also see that feel that impact. NVIDIA is part of that sector, so guess what? We're going to see that, okay? So NVIDIA is down. Write it down. NVIDIA is down. So we went over 4 things so far. US dollar weakening. The treasury yield is down. Okay. QQQ is down. And so is NVIDIA. Everybody got it? Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it. And we're going to move on to last one, which is Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin ETF. We ready? I'm trying to pull it up. My screen froze. What in the world? There we go. All right. And for my people who have been here, y'all already know what we do after that. We're gonna establish if we're walking into an environment that looks like risk is on. People are investing in growth assets, technology, and whatnot. or if people are like, absolutely not right now, or if it's sending mixed signals and we just need to sit on the sidelines. Bear market bully be saying, sit on your hands, right? So like bear market bully said, you might need to sit on your hands, dog. Okay? You might need to sit on your hands. All right, here we go. Let's go. Coinglass.com. Hold on, here we go. Coinglass.com/ETF/Bitcoin, because we're looking at Bitcoin spot ETF. Okay? There is another one that I have used in the past, but they don't update as fast as CoinGlass does, and that's Bitbo. You can look there. There are other Bitcoin ETFs or crypto ETF websites you can go to track the flow of it. I like CoinGlass because over the other ones that I've used, because they update pretty frequently. Okay, so we're gonna go down to where it shows us the dates. Okay, so when we see green in the total column, I'm gonna show y'all in a second. When we see green in the total column, that means that institutional investors are putting money into Bitcoin spot ETFs. When it is red in the total column, that means that they are reducing their exposure and they are selling some of their positions in the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Does everyone have it? Green is good for us because it's telling us risk is pretty much on for them as it pertains to these spot ETFs. If it's red, that tells us risk is off at the moment, okay, and they're reducing their positions, okay? So this is today, and we're going to look at yesterday as well. So these two rows, okay, today and yesterday, and we want to see if compared to yesterday, if we are green or red, if we're up, down, okay? So this is today total. Hold on. There we go. So the total, we're green for today, and we were green yesterday. So that means institutions are still buying into Bitcoin spot ETFs. Everybody got it? So you should have all 5 things written down. Does everyone have all 5 things written down? Thank you, Reggie, for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Andy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Does everyone have all 5 things written down? US, the DXY, US dollar index, the US 10-year treasury, QQQ, the NASDAQ, NVIDIA, and now Bitcoin ETF flows. Do we have all 5 written down? Or at least memorized? All right. So now what we're going to do, I see you. Reggie say got it. So now what we're going to do, y'all, is we're going to go ahead. Naomi asked to repeat. So we went over the 10-year treasury. I said 10-year treasury. The DXY first. Help me, y'all. We went over the DXY first, and we saw that the DXY was down, so that told us that the dollar is weakening. Okay? That's number 1. Dollar is weakening, so dollar is down. 10-year treasury yield down compared to yesterday. Money is not as expensive. QQQ, which represents the NASDAQ for us, that is down. NVIDIA was down. And then the Bitcoin ETFs, that was positive. Got it? Eric Prince said he got it too. All right. Cool. Okay, cool. So now, let's go. Bam. Let's go here. You're welcome. So let's go here. So before we look at Bitcoin price, we're going to go over this again. For my people who are new here, okay? I can't go as slow as I would like to. I'm already at my 15 minutes, so that means I got to hurry up. I thought I could get it done in 15 minutes. Clearly I can't. So we're going to go over our traffic light method. So when we are looking at a green environment, that's telling us that there's high confidence in technology. People are risk on. They're investing into those growth assets. Got it? What does that look like? That means the dollar is down, treasury yield is down, QQQ, NVIDIA, and both are up, and then our Bitcoin ETF flows are positive. Write that down. I'm going to say it one more time. Green for us, is a high confidence environment. Risk is on. People are investing in growth assets. In order for us to have an idea of that, those 5 indicators we talked about, okay, is the US dollar will be down. Treasury yield, 10-year treasury yield will be down. QQQ and NVIDIA will be up. And we will see positive Bitcoin ETF flows. If you got green, put a green symbol in the chat. If you now know what green looks like, with those 5 indicators I gave you, put a green symbol in the chat. Again, US dollar needs to be down, treasury yield down, QQQ and NVIDIA up, positive ETF or Bitcoin spot ETF flows. Okay? Now we're going to go to red. Red looks like the dollar and the US 10-year treasury yield are both up. And we have QQQ, NVIDIA both are down. And then we would have negative Bitcoin spot ETF flows. That's what red looks like. So that tells us that the risk is not on, okay, when it comes to investing in growth assets in our technology sectors, right? People are probably reducing their exposure to technology at the moment, all right? So that looks like the dollar is up, the treasury yield is up, QQQ and NVIDIA both are down, and we have negative Bitcoin spot ETF flows. Okay? If it's not green or red, it's yellow. Okay? That looks like it's all over the place. It's not showing us green. It's not showing us red. So we're pretty much sitting on our hands. We're not doing anything. We'll come back and look at it again later. Everybody got it? So based on what we went over today with the 5 indicators, are we green? Are we yellow? Or are we red? Put the color in the chat. Based on what we went over today, are we green? Are we yellow? Or are we red? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Let's go. And then we're going to wrap this up. If you like, man, Leona, I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't know. You can put IDK in the chat. If you like, Leona, I'm not even gonna, I don't know, girl. Put IDK in the chat. If you don't know. IDK in the chat. Slogan, welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy Wednesday. If you don't know, just put IDK in the chat. Yeah, y'all don't know. I got you. Man. Woo, y'all making me work for free. This is crazy. All right, y'all. It's sending mixed signals. The dollar is down. Treasury yield is down. But we also see that NVIDIA is down as well as QQQ. If it was green, we would need to see NVIDIA. Right. Vasquez put the sunflower. So he was like, it's green or yellow. I don't really know which one yet. So yellow is it. Okay. It's not green because QQQ is not up. NVIDIA is not up. Okay? That's why it's yellow, y'all. Because we don't have both the dollar and treasury yield down. But NVIDIA and QQQ should be up with the positive Bitcoin ETF flows. Okay? So that's why we're yellow. So that means when we go look at the chart, let's do it. We're going to go look at the chart real quick. And we're going to see that right now, possible. Okay, we did have the news happen today, so of course, Bitcoin price has shot up. But moving forward, what we may see is it start to slow down. Okay, and that's if we have mixed signals tomorrow. We may see Bitcoin start to move sideways a bit. All right. So let's go to Bitcoin. I forgot. I'm supposed to type this in. Alright. And bring y'all back over here because I forgot we're supposed to do this. Here we go. And then we're wrapping it up. So, again, we're on BTC USD day. I'm on crypto. I'm not on any specific exchange. Okay? So, we saw Bitcoin has been selling. And since we've been doing this, we've been paying attention to June. Look at how prices just been hovering and playing around in this area. Okay? And because of the news, the meeting today at the White House, the fact that we have a date now for the Clarity Act vote, which is September 15th, okay? The news with the treasuries and all of this stuff combined, it has sparked movement to the upside, okay? But what are we doing right now? Okay? It hasn't made a decision. We're in a new trading day, okay, that started at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the market has been reopened as far as the for you to trade in crypto. It's been back open for the past 3 hours. All right, so we're just sitting here. So that means that anything can happen right now. We could either see price test, retest, and go back up. We could see price just move sideways a bit and then make a decision. We could see price just plummet. Anything can happen. Everybody got it. Any questions about anything that was shared tonight? Any questions about anything that was shared tonight? Type it in the chat real quick. I'm going to give y'all a moment before I give y'all some homework. I'm looking at y'all on YouTube and on TikTok. Bro, get your butt down. His butt all in the all in the camera. All up in the video. Okay. All right. Cool. So with that being said, what I want y'all to do is for my people who have been in the space for a little bit of time, like let's say you've been here for 1 to 3 years, right? You want to build your portfolio. You don't really know how to go about building your portfolio and whatnot, right? You need a bit of help, okay? Well, that means that this is one of those good times for you to start doing it. This was hopefully it was a lesson that helped you to realize there's some questions that I need to answer. I need to answer them honestly and make some adjustments where I need to make some adjustments. I did not get to finish this particular lesson, so I'm going to finish it on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, y'all. But what I do want to do is bring in one more thing. I talked about the checklist. Y'all grab that for free, the bull and the bear market checklist. But there's another group of people that I want to speak to before we go. And y'all get y'all homework. I know some of y'all told me, tonight or last week that you've been investing in the cryptocurrency market for a few years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, right? But when I asked, like, what do you own? Or what do you own? Why do you own it? What role does it play? Do you know the purpose it serves? Is your portfolio structured properly or intentionally? Things like that. Do you even have a written portfolio strategy? Some of you realize, like, you know what? I ain't really ready yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't have these things in order. I could do a little more work, right? I understand it may feel like, oh man, I need to buy more crypto. I need to do all of these things. That's not necessarily the case. Sometimes we just need a bit of structure. Okay? That's something I had to do, and that's the type of thing that I want to provide to y'all. So that's the reason why I created that crypto portfolio bootcamp to help you out. You don't have to do it. You ain't got to do anything, okay? But if you want to, this bootcamp is for the people that have already purchased their cryptocurrency, right? It's for the people that want help learning how to become more intentional about evaluating and structuring their portfolio that they already have. If you want to get better at researching and understanding that term tokenomics, it's going to be very helpful for you as a crypto investor. Guess what? This portfolio bootcamp is going to cover that. You even do a presentation. Yeah, you're going to school, okay, for 4 weeks, all right? You do a presentation at the end, okay, of your portfolio. That doesn't have to be your exact portfolio. It could be a portfolio that you want to build, okay? But you'll do a presentation on it to pretty much talk about what you're investing in, why you're investing in it, what purpose is it serving, so on and so forth. We'll go into a whole breakdown on it in weeks 2 and 3, and you'll present on week 4. Okay? So we're not sitting around trying to find out what the next coin is going to be and which one shoot to the moon and all this stuff. That's not what we're doing. We're asking questions like, why do I own this? What role does it play? in my portfolio? How much risk am I taking? How much risk am I comfortable with taking? Am I diversified, or am I just collecting a bunch of cryptocurrencies like Pokemon or whatever? Right? What is my investment thesis? Does my portfolio actually reflect my goals? All of this stuff is going to be addressed. Okay, it's going to be addressed. Is tokenization coming? It's already here. What we talking about? It's already here. Look, XRP community. I already, cause boy, I made a comment. My husband about jumped down my throat, jokingly, y'all. But my husband about jumped down my throat when I was like, "Yeah, I learned about the RWAs and BlackRock is doing this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah, or whatever." And he was like, "Well, XRP." I was just like, "Oh." XRP was doing it first. I can laugh because I be joking with him, but no, for real. So it's already here though. But yeah, so for my people who want to have help with making sure that they can structure their portfolio, be able to learn how to better research crypto projects before investing, and all of those things, how to support, be able to ask questions live and whatnot for 4 weeks. We together for 4 weeks, okay? And it's every Wednesday. It will be twice a day, depending on how many international students come and sign up. But usually I do it twice a day on Wednesdays because I always have stateside and international students attend. So yeah, you can go ahead and click the link in my bio, okay? If you want to at least look at what is offered for the boot camp. And then if you're like, nah, Leon, I already know I need to do that, then you can go ahead and sign up, okay? It's a lower price right now because it's still early, but that price is going to change soon. So, yeah, make sure you do that. All right, so homework, y'all. Homework. Y'all got that? Let's go. Your homework is step number 1. I want you to, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead, download that bull market checklist, okay? Download it, print it out, and I want you to complete it honestly, okay? And step 2 of that is I want you to identify your 3 weakest areas, okay? And I want you to pick one of those 3 to work on before our next live stream on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, okay? Once you do those first 2 steps, I want you to write this question in your journal, okay? If y'all ready, let me know. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all ready. Let me know. All right, I want you to write this question in your journal. Once you do those first 2 steps, download the bull market checklist. Click the link in my bio. It's totally free. And I want you to identify your 3 weakest areas after you have downloaded and answered the questions honestly, okay? Or completed it honestly. Identify your 3 weakest areas, and then I want you to write down if the crypto market moved 50% higher tomorrow, what would I wish I had done today? Or what would I wish I had decided today? Charles, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Everybody got that? I'm going to say it again. I want you to write this question in your journal after you've downloaded the bull market checklist for free. Identify your 3 weakest areas, okay? I want you to write down if the crypto market moved 50% higher tomorrow, what would I wish I had decided and executed on today? I don't want you answering based on what you think cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or XRP or whatever it's going to do. I want you to answer based on what you need to prepare. Everybody got it? That's your homework. Okay? That's your homework. I don't have nothing else. I'm well over my time. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. If you learned something tonight, let me know. If you enjoyed your time, let me know. If you know you're coming back because this was your first time and you're like, I got to come back, child, let me know. Okay? If you need to watch any part of this live stream over because you missed part of it, you can go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Okay? and you can watch the replay there. It will be uploaded. It is titled Before the Next Crypto Bull Run. Okay, get these things right. All right, we didn't get to finish, so we're gonna finish it up on Friday, and then we're gonna move into the next part. Okay. Okay, I got you, sweetest peach. So, please, y'all, if you say you didn't get it, please check your spam, because sometimes my emails, for whatever reason, they go to people's spam or junk, and then they'll tell me, oh, shoot, the email been going there. I didn't know. Please check your spam or your junk email, okay? Because more than likely, if you don't see it in your inbox, because it should come within the first 5 minutes of you download or putting your information in, it should be in your inbox within not even 5 minutes. So if it's not there, more than likely it's in your spam or your junk. Okay, so thank you, sweetest peace. I appreciate you. Everybody else, go ahead, download, do that homework, and I'll see y'all on Friday. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all my favorite quote, and that's from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he said to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.